Health friends. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how do we communicate. So, we're going to at least list 5 ways that people can communicate with each other, develop respect for the amazing variety of languages that people use to communicate, practice speaking and listening in different ways, compare the way you talk when you are sad or mad or glad. Okay, so how do we communicate? We communicate with writing, talking, phone, hugging, smiling, sign language, reading. Okay? All right. And let's learn about the many ways that people talk. Okay? So, Mama talks to Carmen. She sings in her ear. Number 2, Uncle Luis walks with Tito. He says, "Hey, look here." All right. And then number 3, Grandma makes muffins for Tito. He gives her a kiss. Number 4, Tito tells Carmen, "Don't take that. I will give you this." Talk, talk, talk. We talk, talk, talk in many different ways with eyes and words and even with our hands. You can talk to me. I can talk to you. Betsy says hello. When she hears the phone ring, Susie says, "Nai ho, nai how." It means the same thing. All right, so some of the great Body Shop kids can speak more than one language. What language do we speak in class? English. Susie speaks English and Chinese. Tito speaks English and Spanish. There are many different languages used in our country and all over the world. It is amazing how many different ways there are to say the same thing. Knowing some words from other languages can help you better communicate with other people. So when we go here, all right, so other than talking, how are people on this page communicating? They're singing, they're kissing, hugging, smiling. Let's go back. All right. And now let's go to our final part. All right, so we use our voices to communicate our feelings all the time. Sometimes the way we use our voices can tell a lot about our feelings. You may talk a certain way when you are sad, another way when you are mad, and even another way when you are glad or happy. The way your face looks can change too, depending on your feelings. All right, so how do you feel today? Okay, so I'm going to say a sentence in a certain way. I want you to tell me how I might be feeling from the way I say the sentence and the way my sentence sounds, okay? So, number 1, I don't want to play with anyone today. So, how do I sound? I sound sad. All right, number 2, how do I sound? Leave me alone. How do I sound? I sound mad. Number 3, I had a great time at the skating party. I'm happy. I miss seeing my dad. How do I sound? Sad. All right. And then number 5, that's my book. Give it to me. How do I sound? Angry. I sound mad. It's fun to play in the park. I sound happy. So, all right. So let's watch this video where we learn more about communication.
Suddenly, it spotted a coop full of chickens. The fox sneaked quietly across the garden. But then, Moby, you're not being a good listener. How can you be a good listener? It's important to be quiet when you listen to someone speak. You should pay attention to the speaker and make eye contact to show you're listening. When you listen, imagine what the person is saying, especially if they're reading a story or giving directions. Making pictures in your mind as you listen will help you understand better. Make sure you listen carefully for main ideas and important information. You can take notes as you listen so you can review them later. How can you respond to a speaker? When someone talks, think about what he or she is saying. You can nod or give signals to let people know you understand. If you don't understand something, don't be afraid to ask questions. You can ask the speaker to explain or repeat something. During a discussion, try not to repeat things that have already been said. Add on to the discussion by adding different thoughts and ideas. But make sure your ideas are still about the topic. You can start your ideas by saying, I agree, but I also think that. I partly agree because. I disagree because. Sometimes you might even disagree with the speaker. And that's okay. You should wait until the person finishes talking before you share your thoughts. Make sure you explain why you disagree and give reasons. You can discuss your thoughts together without getting angry or frustrated. How can you be a good speaker? An important part of being a good speaker is waiting for your turn to talk. People can't hear you if you're talking at the same time as someone else. When you speak, you communicate or share information. So you want to communicate clearly so people can understand you. If you're talking to a big group, make sure you speak loud enough so everyone can hear you. You should also face your audience and make eye contact so they know you're talking to them. When you read a story out loud, it's fun to read with a lot of feeling. I use different voices, and I even move around. The fox sneaked quietly across the garden. But then the farmer came out of the house. Get out of my yard, he yelled. The farmer stomped his feet. Oh no, cried the fox as he jumped into the air and ran away. It's really fun to get into the characters. When you read a story with feeling, it's more fun for people to listen to. What book are you reading from, Moby? You are reading from the...
Do is match the pictures with the sentence. So the first one is, I feel happy. Which picture matches that sentence? I feel sick. Which picture matches that sentence? I feel sad. Which picture? And then I feel scared. Okay, so that's all that you're going to do for your health assignment today. It's going to match the sentence to the picture. All right, see you.